Rich.
Wow.
This is quite an impressive store.
They've got everything covered.
And they've got everything on display.
Yeah.
It's quite lovely. Oh, Rich, this is the healthy living aisle. Have a
Look at this.
look. Hello.
Hi, Karen.
Hi, I'm Karen.
I'm Jackie.
Richard.
Hi, hello, Jackie.
Hello.
Hi, Richard. Lovely to meet you.
What an extensive range, Jackie. It's amazing. The whole store is so beautiful.
Oh, thank you, Richard.
Now, Jackie, you've got quite a unique role here at Ritchies. Can you tell us a little bit more about that?
Yeah, sure, Richard. I am a naturopath and nutritionist, and I've been employed by Ritchies to range the healthy living range for them.
I think that's quite a pioneering mark to actually focus on putting things in front of customers that they may not have seen before, because usually it's dominated by consumer demand.
It's become a necessity and people are wanting healthier options, so we're trying to make that easy for them. We have amazing fresh department, beautiful fresh produce, we have organic, free-range meat, and then this is like an adjunct to that.
It's like a health food store within a supermarket.
It is. It's a store within a store.
Yeah.
I think that's really special and unique for a supermarket to actually do that. Tell us about Ritchies.
Well, Ritchies are Australia's largest and oldest family-owned supermarket.
Really?
Yeah. They were established about 150 years ago, and their first store was in Frankston.
How many stores now? How large is Ritchies?
There's 75, so from Melbourne through to Brisbane, along the eastern seaboard, So they've really grown,
It's really impressive. Jackie, Rich and I are cooking a delicious dish. It's a Thai green curry beef ribs.
Oh,
yeah. I need to grab a couple of things, starting off with these organic coconut flakes, if I could.
It's a beautiful brand.
Thank you so much, Jackie. It's been so lovely chatting, and have a good day.
Thank you. You too.
Thanks, Jackie.
Bye.
Wood is a very old house on the Mornington Peninsula. It has very mature gardens that are lovely to walk around. I'm really looking forward to Heronswood being our kitchen for the day.
Amazing.
It's very quaint. I mean, look at that. Oh. Wow.
Wow, Karen.
1871, this house was built.
And look at that view.
Rich, before we have a little bit of a wander, you've got a cheeky little chicken dish to cook for us.
This is a FODMAP recipe. If you're a little time poor, we've got a wonderful FODMAP for you, teriyaki sauce there. Great when you're travelling, but I'm going to make one from scratch. So I've got 240 mils of light soy.
It's just a matter of simmering a few things together.
Yeah. 120 mils of brown rice vinegar.
Lovely sharpness in there.
Yep. Now, this is where the sugar element comes from. This is rice malt syrup, and this is about 4 tablespoons. Of course, Japanese, you want a little bit of sesame oil. Not a lot, because we all know it's very strong. And some asafoetida. So being FODMAP, they can't use onion and they can't use garlic, but you do want to give that hint in the background. And asafoetida is a great way of adding that flavour profile. So just a pinch or 2. Onto the stove. Okay, so I want to bring that up to the boil so we can actually start reducing that. And if you want to pass me some ginger and turmeric, so big chunks, because it'll take about 10 to 15 minutes to reduce, so the flavour profile is going to come out. But I reckon we should get onto the chicken.
Okay.
Right.
So I've got some Bannockburn chicken thighs here. Do you want to show me what you want done and I'll help out?
Okay, cool. So I reckon we cut these into 4. Just big chunks like that. Now I'm using chicken thighs because I reckon they're just a little bit more juicier.
Oh, there's so much more flavour rich in the chicken thigh as opposed to the breast. So if someone asks me if I prefer the legs or the breast, I definitely say legs all the time.
Yeah, me too.
So, Rich, you're using some spring onion with the chicken.
Yeah.
Lovely touch.
Yeah. If you want a FODMAP diet, the best part to use is the green part. Okay, Karen, skewer. Bit of chicken first, like that. Grab a little bit of spring onion and weave that on.
Okay.
Like so. And then it's a matter of just doing another one and repeating the process until you've got a full skewer.
Okay, my first chicken sword is ready.
Really?
That'll look beautiful.
Oh, it'll just burn
it's a little
off.
rustic. So as the spring onion burns on the barbecue, it's going to smoke the chicken beautifully.
Yeah, put them there like that. Okay, let's do a little bit of a race now. Not that I'd like to compete, but I will.
Ta-da!
Okay, we need to lightly oil and salt and pepper these before they go on the barbecue. A little
A
of
little
that.
bit of oil there. Just get underneath.
Now I've got a hot barbecue and I'm going to put them on the griddle part of the plate. Beautiful.
They smell good straight away. There's just something about chicken on the barbecue, and they're only going to get better, Rich.
So when it comes to cooking chicken skewers, there's two big turns, basically. And then there's lots of turning, you're rotating, you're cooking all the sides of
Yes.
it, and then you start adding the teriyaki sauce.
There's one big skewer there. I think that was me.
Yeah. I just want to drop the lid down and build up a little bit of heat, and then we can start applying the glaze.
That's a
Done.
great idea.
So let's taste this, Karen. See what you think. Me too.
Oh, that's really vibrant, isn't it? Ginger, salty soy, kick of vinegar.
Okay, Karen. I reckon it's time to start glazing.
Oh, they look really good, Rich.
Yeah. You can see the sugars in here are starting to caramelise already.
It's a rich, dark, full-flavoured glaze.
So at this point, it's all about rotation and glaze, rotation and glaze. It's quite quick.
So you can't walk away at this stage. You really need to be at the barbie. Rich, I reckon they're almost ready because they smell so good. Here's a platter for them.
Okay.
Yeah, beautiful. That takes no time at all.
Look at that, Karen.
It's a ripper recipe.
A little bit of sesame to finish. Look, it's simple, it's delicious, it's quick, it's on the barbecue. It's my teriyaki chicken skewers.
Divine. All the notes that play off in the sauce work so perfectly with the chicken. Touch of sweetness and the sesame. I love it.
Yay! Now, if you took that to the table with your friends, you'd be on a complete winner. I reckon. You want more? Just a little bit. I want a little bit too.
Sweet chili sauce is one of those condiments that a lot of people reach for these days without really thinking about what's in it.
It's a bit of a go-to.
Well, it is. It's very sweet and it does have just a hint of chili. But what about if you make your own from scratch? I've got a chili blueberry sauce we're going to make that has a touch of spice and is quite delicious and pretty simple to put together. And we're going to do it on a barbecue right here, right now at Heronswood.
Okay.
Wait till you see this one.
Okay. Starting
off with a couple of cloves of garlic and a couple of good pinches of salt. If you could start chopping some chilies for me, just with the seeds in. Now, if you don't have a mortar and pestle, you can do this in the blender or the food processor. That's quite a rough paste.
Yep.
In with your chilies, please. I won't use my hands. Don't use your hand, it is quite spicy.
Do you want me to hold
and
that
hot.
for you? You did that?
Thanks very much. So, put in the rough paste of the garlic, the salt, and the chilies straight into a pot. Okay, other spices going into the sauce. I've got 2 cinnamon sticks, some white pepper, 2 teaspoons, and about 2 teaspoons, maybe 3 if you like, of celery seed. Now this is an unusual seed. It's quite savoury when you add it to the sauce like this. It's quite unusual. Next in with our sugar. Now it's a little bit like a jam or a chutney style sauce. So we've got 350 grams of a coconut sugar going in. Vinegar. 320 mils of red wine vinegar.
Oh, rivers of gold, Karen.
Now, because this is a chutney-style sauce, we will put some shallots in, Rich.
Great.
See, we're not trying to make a traditional sweet chilli sauce. I went for the blueberries. It's quite vibrant and out there, but the flavour is quite unusual and beautiful. So the 350 grams of Driscoll blueberries. And that's your sauce pretty much done. I might throw in a few lime leaves, throw them in on top.
There we are.
Pop it on the heat and give it a bit of a stir, Rich, and cook it so it's simmering for around 25 to 30 minutes until you've got a reduced state that you're happy with.
That looks like a jewel, Karen.
And then I've got a surprise ingredient that we add at the end.
Okay.
Rich, that's ticking away beautifully.
You can smell it too. It's fantastic.
Let's get on to steaming fish. I've got 3 fillets of blue-eye trevally here.
Yep.
The bones have been taken out and I've just cut the fillets lengthways. So I've got 3 lovely pieces, left the skin on. This holds the fish together and also a heap of nutrients are just under the skin of fish.
So I think it's where all those omega-3s hide.
Exactly. So it's really simple to do. Grab a steamer, and the trick is to line it with something. Now, you could use paper, but because we're at Heronswood, I'm going to use some rainbow chard.
There we are. Look at these.
So I'm not actually wrapping the fish in it, Rich. It's just going on the bottom.
Ta-da. Very pretty.
Ta-da, ta-da. I've got a carpet of green rainbow chard in the bottom of the steamer. Next, in with the fish itself. Rich, I've got the slightly thicker pieces on the outside.
Yep.
And then a thinner piece, folding the tail under so the fish will cook evenly. Rich, we're going to season the fish up with a little bit of fish sauce. This just seasons the fish while it's steaming. Just over the fillets. And that's pretty much ready to go. So we'll pop the lid on that.
Yeah,
Hand that to you. I can hear that the blueberry chili sauce is ready. You can see it's glossy and thick, sauce-like. Now that special ingredient I was talking about adding just seasons and sharpens the flavour of the chili blueberry sauce. It's the fish sauce. Again, around about a tablespoon or so in. That's a really large tablespoon,
that is a big
isn't
spoon.
it? Rich, the chili blueberry sauce just needs to cool down. I've got a steaming pot here that needs to go on the heat. We'll throw in a few aromatics and steam the fish above it, starting with a couple of lime leaves.
I put the whole branch in.
Oh, okay. I'm going to add a little bit of ginger and some garlic as well. And then we pop the fish, lid on. And Rich, guess what?
What?
The fish needs to steam for 10 minutes or so. So why don't we take the time to stroll through Heronswood Gardens?
Beautiful.
Rich, I think these will be lovely to garnish the fish with, which I think is pretty much ready. Woo. 10 minutes have passed and let's check it out.
Okay, the big reveal.
Glorious.
Oh, you can smell the lime leaves and the ginger straight up.
Rich, while I'm plating up the fish, could you finally slice some kaffir lime leaf?
Yep.
So just carefully using a couple of spatulas, lift it and place it on the platter quite gently. Next,
Still chopping.
I'm literally just picking some of the
Okay, I'm done.
nasturtium leaves off,
Yep.
dropping them on the plate with the fish. And we've got some nasturtium flowers as well. It looks really pretty. They're totally edible. I never put anything on the plate that is not edible, as a rule.
Yeah.
Flat out. So next, some of that fresh lime leaf.
Okay.
As I've said before, when I smell lime leaf finely julienne like that, I know that we're going to eat something brilliant because it just has such a heavenly scent.
Nice touch.
And let's not forget the chili and blueberry sauce. That's just going to sit right there, and I'll spoon some of that into the bowl.
Okay.
But it is a deep, rich, dark burgundy colour, isn't it? It's quite hypnotic. Rich, I would take that to the table just as it is. Serve it up with some steamed rice. Great dish to share. It's my chili blueberry jam with aromatic steamed fish.
That is great. You can really taste all the spices in there. A little bit of cinnamon in the background. You plays with the fresh lime and the
And the chili just gets you right at the end. I love it.
You kill me, Karen.
That's brilliant.
I've now got chili in my eye.
Rich, beef ribs are a great cut of meat to cook with, especially when you have gorgeous Bass Strait beef like this. Really thick, on the bone, great fat covering, and they are so delicious when you slowly braise them. We're going to do it with a Thai style, with a green Thai curry and a whole lot of other aromatics thrown in. Can you season them up with some salt and pepper, Rich?
Yep. So you just want to basically...
Really generous salt and pepper.
Yep.
Whilst you're seasoning the ribs, I'm going to toast some coconut. That's that shaved coconut you picked up from Ritchies. You've really got to toss the coconut regularly to get that even golden touch we want.
Done.
Rich,
You
just
ready?
before you do that, you can see the coconut is toasted beautifully.
Yep. Smells fantastic too. So I want to get this beef on. I want to put the fat side down, yeah?
Fat side down.
Yeah.
That's it.
That's it.
While Rich is searing the beef, I'm going to slice 3 onions up quite roughly, about 8 cloves of garlic, and a couple of slices of galangal.
Okay, what's chopped next?
Split those chilies in
Yep.
half, Rich.
Do you want the seeds?
Yeah, leave the seeds in.
All right.
Okay, ribs. Ribs are ready. Look at that.
That is great colour. Beautiful.
Now, Rich, we're going to flip these over, brown the other side, and then
Yep.
lift the ribs out and drain off the beef fat.
Okay.
I think if you leave the beef fat in, it's not the end of the world, but it can get too rich
Yep.
and a little bit too oily.
Okay.
Rich, the ribs only need a minute on the other side and then out. Just like that. And in with the onion and garlic
Yep.
for a quick saute, just to soften them, and all that deliciousness has come off the bottom
Yeah,
of
that
the
was
pan.
exactly what I was going to say. All those lovely crusty bits that stick to the bottom of the pan are going to come off and flavour the onions.
Just so you can see, we'll pull them off.
Yep.
So, Rich, before we put the ribs back in, we're going
Yep.
to add the green curry paste, a couple of tablespoons, throw it in there and stir it amongst the onions and the garlic. And then, Rich,
Yep.
let's drop the seared ribs into the dish.
Okay.
Flesh side down because we are braising.
Yeah, there we are.
In with the chili, the galangal.
So over the top or just,
Yep, just throw it in the
just throw
side
it all
there.
in?
For a great sourness to this curry, I'm adding some tamarind paste. It comes in the jar, ready to go.
Yeah.
In with some oyster sauce. Strictly, it's not Thai, it's Chinese, but it does work wonders to give this sauce lovely body. So get carried away with that.
Get carried away?
Carried away.
Sorry.
Around half a bottle. Having these things on hand in your pantry really gives you the easy ticket to having full flavoured curry on your dinner table at home. A tablespoon or so of fish sauce, coconut sugar there,
Yep.
2 tablespoons, followed with the kaffir lime leaves, quite a few of those. Now I've
Right.
got a litre and a half of chicken stock. That's hot, Rich, so just, pour it in. Now this will look like a generous amount of liquid, but it needs to be wet at this stage because the rib cut comes from part on the animal that does a fair bit of work and moving around. So it needs time, and that's the magic ingredient for this recipe, definitely. So next in, we'll put some paper on top and some foil, pop it in the barbecue or a preheated oven at home at around 150
Okay.
for 2.5 hours. So Rich, at the 2.5 hour point, your ribs are actually cooked and tender and falling apart. But we've got another important step. We need to add some eggplant to the dish and also reduce the liquid down, which becomes our delicious sauce for the dish. Now, I was wanting to know whether you've seen these before.
I think I've had them when I've travelled, but they're very hard to find.
They are really hard to find. They're actually a pea eggplant. They have a slight bitterness to them, but it works perfectly with all the other flavours going on. So now we just need to take the foil and the paper off. Appetising, isn't it? Look at that. Holy dooly. That is a dish I love so much. I wish I had the time to cook that every 2 weeks.
Can I call you every 2 weeks and you cook it for me?
Rich, let's pop the eggplants in.
Okay.
So literally dropping them.
So you're not taking the stems off either?
No, stem and all. And before we drop the lid again,
Yep.
we will just spoon or
some of that
based.
beautiful liquid over the top.
Yeah.
You can see it's already formed quite a gravy.
We'll be eating in no time.
Woohoo!
The ribs are ready!
Great!
Get the garnishes ready.
Okay.
Lime, some herbs, rich a little bit of rice in the bottom, like that.
And especially when you're doing a dish like this, it's always great to put some lime leaves in the rice when you cook it.
Okay,
Okay.
next, those ribs.
I have been waiting for this for how long now? Like 3 hours?
So,
Look at that.
there you go. And a little bit of toasted coconut on the rice.
A little bit of lime over the top. And do you want some herbs?
And some herbs. We've got the Thai basil.
Can we eat?
Dig in. Thai green curry beef short ribs. Well, we've had a brilliant day here at Heronswood.
I agree.
You know what I think we should do? Let's go and take in the view, Rich.
Well done, Karen. This is so great.
I'm glad you're enjoying it. It's definitely a rich cut when you braise it really slowly like that.
Is your mum a good cook?
She's doing a 7 vegetable couscous tonight
Okay.
with a big chunk of lamb.